Hey guys, so I've been told to go ahead and try to do some story time. I've had a couple people just say, your stories are just absolutely insane. So just tell them. So I'm going to tell you about the first time I popped a wheelie. It's kind of amazing. So got to have a little background on it though. So back in the day, we lived a couple blocks from a dirt field that the Army used with the tanks, and they'd, run over the ground and everything else up there, and we'd go up there and dig holes and make jumps, and it was the bike track. And then a couple times a year they'd drive the tanks over it. They thought it was a great obstacle course for their tanks because they just tear up everything that we spent all summer building, and they would just get all hilarious about it and literally crush everything. So of course that made us all upset. But anyways, to get back to the popping a wheelie, well anyways, I was up there riding on the jumps and jumping around, and I crashed a bunch of times. I was never any good at it, but I crashed pretty hard, and I had bent the forks on my bike back a little bit. And when I picked the bike up, I noticed that, it was kind of hard to steer, so I just wiggled it back and forth a couple times, and it seemed to get a little better and a little better and a little better, and I didn't think anything of it at the time. But I went home, and I was just a kid, learning how to do stuff, and I was wanting to, because all my friends could pop a wheelie, I wanted to pop a wheelie. So all this time that I've been riding the bike for another week or so, I've been just, every time I turn, I'm cutting a little bit more into this pipe that's holding my handlebars and my forks on. So I go get my dad, and he's in the house. I've been practicing for a little bit, and we all know how parents are. Little kid comes in, and they're like, "Oh, Mom, hey, Dad, come look what I can do. I can ride a wheelie." So my dad comes out. He's real enthused. Standing on the porch. All right, let's see a pop a wheelie. So here's the thing, though. I want to impress my dad, so that I can ride this wheelie. So I got on the road, and I literally pull back really hard, and I'm trying to do the wheelie, and well, the thing is that pipe broke right then while my dad's watching. Handlebars up over my head, there's bearings and stuff falling all over the road, and the forks and the wheel are rolling out in front of me, and I'm just pedaling, I'm like, everything's going crazy here. My dad's on the porch, going, "Oh my God," and I don't know how to stop, so I literally just put my foot down on the pedal and just step off the bike. And it does a digger, man. Bing! Rips the bottom bearing race right out of the freaking bike. There's bearings and stuff flying all down the road, and the bicycle's just flipping behind me. Bing, 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 bing. And my dad goes, "Oh my God, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. I wish I had a video camera." And I was like, I can't believe that just happened. I ground the whole bottom of my pedal off, plastic pedal. I had to get new pedals. And we were so poor at the time that I couldn't afford to replace the forks. So this is even funnier, is we went down to the St. Vincent de Paul. It's a, a thrift store. And they had a bunch of donated 10-speed bikes back there. So on this nice Kent bike that I had that's all black, I went there, and they didn't have any 20-inch forks to buy, so I bought these 26-inch 10-speed freaking rims, man, or front tire and forks and everything. And I put that on, and I rode that bike around like that for 2 months, with this big old doink heel on the front, and everybody made fun of me and laughed, but it was funny, dude. But anyways, there's Mike's story for the day.